Hi guys and welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a cream egg cake. Let's begin. To get started on the recipe, you'll want to grab yourself a mixing bowl, and feel free to use a stand mixer if you want to, but for this recipe I'm doing it by hand. Into the mixing bowl place all of your dry ingredients, which are the sugar, the flour, the salt and baking powder, bicarb and cocoa powder, and just whisk together until they are fully combined. Feel free to sift this beforehand, I didn't feel the need to this time. Then into another mixing bowl you can add in your wet ingredients, which are the eggs, the oil, the milk and the vanilla extract. You'll then want to give this all a good whisk together just until everything is fully combined. You're not looking to see a single trace of any ingredient. To mix the cake together, you'll want to grab your dry ingredients and then add your wet to your dry. Add all of the wet in apart from the boiling water and whisk it together until it's fully combined. It will look a little bit thick at this point, but don't worry, this is completely normal and what you're looking for. It doesn't take too long and it looks quite smooth and glossy. Then you can go ahead and add in the boiling water and just whisk that in until it's fully incorporated. You will notice the consistency of the batter change, and this is normal as you've just added a lot more moisture into the recipe, which will help loosen the consistency. Then you can go ahead and divide the cake batter between your 3 tins. Getting it even is the key, but if it's not even, don't worry. As long as you get it roughly, it's fine. Once your cake tins have been filled with the batter, you can then go ahead and place them into the oven and bake them off. All of that information will be in the blog post, which will be linked down below, so don't forget to check it out if you're interested. So for my buttercream, I'm using the Italian meringue buttercream that I use all the time. So to start, grab yourself a saucepan and just add in your sugar and water and whisk the two together until they're combined. Then you can go and place this on the hob over medium-high heat and allow it to come to 121 degrees Celsius. Then into another bowl, you'll want to grab your egg yolks and just add in your egg yolks and your whole egg and whisk together over a medium-high speed until the mixture has increased in volume quite a lot. You're looking for it to go roughly quadruple, and by the time this has reached that stage, your liquid mixture should also be at the right temperature. That's how you know you're ready to go. Make sure you use a thermometer. Then carefully, steadily add in the boiling sugar water mixture into the egg yolks. Once all of that hot sugar has been added into the egg yolks, you can turn the speed of the mixer back up to a high or a very high and just whisk until the bottom of the bowl can be touched with the back of your hand. Once you've achieved that, you can then start to add in your butter, a piece at a time until it's been fully incorporated, and repeat the process until you have no butter left. You may notice there is quite a lot of butter in this recipe, so for the health conscious, it's definitely not a recipe for you. But as you'll notice, the buttercream may look a little bit loose, but then will thicken up as all the butter has been added. You can then go ahead and add in the melted chocolate, and this is just to make the buttercream chocolate instead of using cocoa powder, but you could also add some cocoa powder in to add some more of that chocolate flavour. I found using dark chocolate the best, and just whisk that in until it's fully combined. Being careful not to use hot chocolate, as otherwise it will melt the butter and your buttercream will not be right. So to start the assembly of the cake, you'll want to grab yourself a plate, board or stand and smear a small amount of buttercream in the middle, and this will act as a glue for your first layer of cake and will keep the cake in place. So grab your first layer of cake and place it on top. Then you can top the cake with some of that buttercream. I place mine into a piping bag, but feel free to use anything else that you have to hand. You don't have to do it this way, but it's the way I find easiest. The more smooth and level you can get the buttercream, it will help with the layering of your cake. And as you can tell, my cakes are a little bit wonky. I didn't really want to level them, so I level them off with the buttercream, and it's really easy to do if you don't want to level your cakes. Then you can top that with the second layer of cake and just repeat the process of putting the buttercream on, leveling it and smoothing it off as best as you can. Once your cake has been stacked, you can then go ahead and apply the buttercream. Normally I would use a crumb coat, but for this cake I didn't need to, as it wasn't giving off too many crumbs. So I just take my buttercream, place it into a bag fitted with a plain 5mm tip, and just pipe buttercream all the way around the outside and on top. And then just smooth the top layer out first. Again, you don't have to do it this way, but it's the way I find best. just smooth it out on top, and then you can start to scrape away the excess from the sides, and this will help also to smooth it out. Just keep doing it until you've got the perfect smoothness that you want. I wasn't looking for it to be absolutely perfect, but it did turn out pretty good, compared to seeing as I'm using a plastic scraper. If you can get a metal one, definitely use a metal one. And then you can always patch up any parts that aren't perfect, so if you've got a few gaps, just fill them in with some of that buttercream and carry on the process until you've got the desired smoothness you wanted. Then you can go ahead and place the cake into the fridge and allow it to chill while you make the chocolate drip, and this will make the drip even better for the cake if the cake's chilled. So for the drip, you'll want to grab yourself a small to medium bowl and add in your dark chocolate, your milk chocolate and your cream, and then just place this into the microwave at 20-second intervals, stirring in between until the mixture has melted and you have made a ganache. So for me it took about 60 seconds, so 3 times in the microwave until I got the perfect consistency. You're not looking for this to be piping hot, you're looking for it just to have warmed up enough to have melted, and when it comes down the cool cake it will drip perfectly, and as you can tell it's smooth, glossy and shiny. This is what you're looking for. I put mine into a squeezy bottle, but feel free to use a piping bag or a spoon, whichever way works best for you to apply the drip. So this is a 6-inch cake. Because of the height of it, I pipe around 8 rosettes on top. Feel free to pipe more or less. The amount you want is really up to you. You can decide. Then fill in the centre where the rosettes are with some of the extra chocolate ganache. Top each of the rosettes with a half of Cadbury cream egg. And there you go, that's how I make my Cadbury cream egg cake. It's very quick, very easy and very simple, and you don't have to use cream egg, you could use any other Easter chocolate if you wanted. And here is what it looks like on the cake stand. If you want the cake stand, I definitely recommend checking out Home Central TK Maxx, as this is where I got this one for, and it was only around $12.99, so it wasn't too expensive. But here is what the cake looks like on the inside. You've got 3 layers of cake with the chocolate Italian meringue buttercream, topped with a cream egg. What's not to love? So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more from me, and I'll be back again soon with another recipe, so join me then. In the meanwhile, don't forget to check out the description. There'll be a link to this recipe, a link to my blog and links to all my social media, so don't forget to go and follow me over on there, as I am trying to be a little bit more active as I've got some time off. But that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. Bye guys.